Hello, everyone, and welcome to this week's episode of Listening and Responding. And this is where we take time every week on a Monday after we get through Sunday, and we talk about what's the key thing or the one thing as we're learning to follow the ways of Jesus and not the ways of culture. What is one thing to reflect on as we go into this week now? We are heading into the Christmas week, and as I reflect on what Colby shared on Sunday as he talked about heaven coming down to earth, I positioned myself in front of the painting that is in my office, and this is a painting from my first Christmas here, actually, and this is a picture of, like a visual picture of heaven in all of its glory and color coming to the earth. And God's coming to earth, it reminds us of just like it was a disruption, and it continues. God's presence amongst us, he's always making things new. His presence is a disruption, even if we don't see it. God's ways are not our ways, and we can so easily trip over God on our way to do our own things. I've done it, and it's something that we can easily do because our wills get in the way and we find ourselves tripping over him when he's right in front of us. And there's a reason why we call God's kingdom the upside down kingdom. His ways are not our ways. And when Colby was sharing about some of the disruptions in the King of Heaven coming to earth, some of the things that we reflected on that I want to leave you with is, God goes low. He came down to lift us up. He doesn't go high to push us down. That's not his nature. His nature is to go low and lift us up. God comes to us where an earthly king demands that you come to them and that you prepare yourself to come to them. Our God comes to us. And God gave his life to save us. He doesn't ask us to give our lives to save him. And there's many more. I'll encourage you to take some time here really thinking about what are the different ways God's ways are not our ways. What is different? There's more. But I want to move on to going into this busy week, December 23rd. It's Christmas on Wednesday, and there's, you've made plans. There's lots of things going on. Often this can be a pretty exhausting time of year. And I want to remind us all, and this includes myself, to intentionally look for ways to slow down, to slow ourselves down. When I think about Jesus coming to earth, and I think, it was never his intention for us to be all in a frenzy. His intention, as we reflect upon his birth, is to take time and to be present to what this means in our hearts. And I was reflecting on this, and I was reflecting back to a school friend when I was back in school, way back. I had a friend whose father was a lover of Jesus. Like, he just oozed Jesus. And he was also a teacher in the Christian school that I attended with all my siblings. His name was Mr. Howes, and I remember to this day his kind face. He had the white hair and his warm eyes, and just such a wonderful man. And he would just take his time on Christmas morning, and my friend would tell me all about Christmas morning, and he did everything with such joy and intention. Now, before the family, so there was 4 children, before they would open up gifts on Christmas morning, they would sing Christmas songs together because he liked to play the guitar. They'd read the Christmas story, and then they'd take time opening each gift that was bought with such intention and so much love. And Christmas morning for her family took the entire morning, but it was so full of joy and love. Now, my friend, as a child, did find it hard to sit so long on Christmas morning waiting to open up that beautiful wrapped gift, and that definitely that impatience at times would overcome her. But she never complained about this time with her family, time just being together and intentionally, taking time to talk about the gifts and share the joy of what was meant when they were giving the gifts, and taking the time to reflect on what the real reason is for giving gifts is the one who gave us the most amazing gift. And this was just a really special time. And, Mr. Howes reminds me of God. So patient. The man was never in a rush. And even on Christmas morning, he was not in a rush. Just enjoying the moment for what it is, savoring being together, and God savors being with us. And our God, I believe, watches in delight as we give gifts and as we receive gifts. And so what will you do to slow yourself down over these next few days and just savor what it means to be present and to allow yourself to remember that God has come to us? And will you allow him to come to you and interrupt your plans with his plans to just be with you? Will you allow him to just be present with you? And where can you intentionally create space for him in this next couple weeks? Where can you create space for him? Will there be room in your heart for him this Christmas? Now, this does usually involve saying no to something so that you can say yes to him. I'm not talking about adding more stuff to your plate. Our plates are already full and often over full. I'm not asking you to add something more to your busy life. It's about saying no to something to make space for the one who has given his entire life for us. How will we make space and time to be present with him? And what might this look like for you? What could this look like? And so, of course, first of all, it does involve taking a look and saying, what can I cross off the schedule? What can I say no to? And, it could, here's some thoughts. It could mean just taking some time and opening up the Bible and just reading the story with fresh eyes, reading Jesus's birth with fresh eyes and what it meant in the world when he came down to earth, when heaven came down to earth. It could be listening to songs about Jesus for the season. Music can really impact our heart and soften our hearts and open up our hearts to really think differently. Giving the gift of being present with those you love. I think that's a huge gift to give. Oftentimes we're so distracted and we've got to think about the next thing we got to do, and we're not always present with those we love. Just like Jesus gives us his presence, no distractions, just choosing to be present with us. Can we give that gift to somebody else by choosing to be present with them? It could mean taking a walk out in the beauty of creation and just thanking God for his goodness, for coming, and to even ask him to show you, God, what is it that you are doing right now in this season? What do you want to show me? And maybe you are a creative person. Actually, I think we're all creative in different ways, but maybe there's some way, maybe that you want to paint or draw or create something as a reflection of your love for him, and having some space to create in this season can be so healing for our hearts and can help us recognize his presence with us. So I pray that the Jesus of the Bible, the living and breathing God, not the Jesus of culture that we tend to put our own will on, our own desires on, not that Jesus, but the one that existed before all time, the one that the angels were so excited to talk about, to sing about, to come to the shepherds and express joy about. May the real Jesus be even more real to you this Christmas. And so I bless you, and I pray that you will have a Christmas that you just know so much more that heaven has come to earth and it is present here and is going forth. So bless you this Christmas, and hope to see you Christmas Eve at 4:00 here at Summerside Community Church. We are looking forward to a beautiful candlelit time together to celebrate the birth of the one that changes everything. So bless you. Bye for now.